Greetings, fight fans. This is Capital Combat. The name says it all. I'm Rob Jarrell, and you should know exactly why I'm making this video. Tonight, we lost a sports icon, one of the greatest athletes, heavyweight boxers, and social activists that we've come across in the 20th century. And he passed away. Um, that we knew had been sick for a very long time, and he finally succumbed to that illness at the age of 74. We knew he was put on life support earlier today, and we lost a great man today in Muhammad Ali. Um, Myself, Noor Hakeem, really grew up watching Muhammad Ali. And I don't know about Hakeem, but I grew up in the heavyweight era of Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, um, Lennox Lewis, then came the Klitschko's. But growing up, my father used to have me watch a lot of ESPN Classic, which used to, of course, have all the old basketball games, all the old football games, and most importantly, a lot of old boxing matches. And I think I've seen all of his matches, that his biggest matches, and some of his more um, not obscure, but not the best tier opponents, maybe twice. And you would think for someone in the early to mid '90s would not relate to that particular individual and athlete instead of the guys that I grew up on, because we knew Tyson was the man, Lennox Lewis was the man, then Holyfield was the man. But this man right here really was something different. Um, there's a reason he called himself, and a lot of people call him, the greatest. He never shied away from a challenge, whether in the ring or out of the ring. Very headstrong, will win, and natural God-given ability. And he, in my opinion, possesses a lot of the qualities that you don't really see in many boxers today. Remember, they grew up. He fought in an era where there was one belt, maybe two. He had the Ring Magazine champ. Um, he defeated numerous Hall of Fame boxers, numerous other Olympic boxers, gold medalists, some of the best fighters in the top 20 of the heavyweight division today. There was no moving around. He had to fight the big guys, and he wasn't the biggest guy. He defeated Floyd Patterson, defeated Joe Frazier. He fought Ken Norton. The list goes on. And he also spoke out quite a bit, even as a part of the Nation of Islam, against a lot of social injustices going on in the 60s and 70s. And we know that he refused to go to war and lost 3 years of his career, which took a lot out of his natural athletic ability, but that didn't stop him from regaining the championship and still remaining the greatest ever. Um, Hakeem and I will go more in depth in his career. Um, I wish they still had ESPN Classic, but what I think and I hope that they do is replay a lot of his fights on both HBO, ESPN, Showtime, wherever, because I think those fights are something that a lot of the new generation, a lot of guys from um, the millennial generation, my generation. I'm 32, and a lot of guys my age and younger should definitely watch and see the greatness that he displayed. You talk about a guy that was 210 to 220 pounds that had hand speed like a middleweight, a footwork like a flyweight, and could hit as hard as anyone in his division. And it's just a tragic loss that we've lost him now, because I don't think anyone really knows of this generation truly knows how great he was. The movie Ali is as good as that movie was, isn't going to do him justice. You have to actually watch his fights, see the things that he did, and that's all I can say now. I don't get choked up for the loss of celebrities, but they're very few. Um, he is one of the ones who broke a lot of barriers. Not even say broken barriers, but he was outspoken. He spoke out for a lot of African American civil rights. We know we have Joe Louis, um, who defeated Max Schmeling, became a 20 defended the most defenses as a heavyweight champion. We know we have Jackie Robinson, who represented the country as an African American track star. The list goes on, and he's one of the icons who truly transcended just the sport because of his outspokenness um, in the media and the public, almost to a fault. Whether you loved him or you hated him, that's what he did. And I think we need to take some time and show this man proper respect. Um, because now he has moved on to the next life. So take that time, and thank you for joining me today. And I hope you go from here and just rewatch a lot of his fights. Peace.